Happy birthday, Ciderologist. To me.
He was like, so Hannah says you're into cider? Is that right? I was like, yeah, it's my favourite drink actually. He goes, cool, good. I fucking love, and I say this, love Brothers Toffee Apple. What are you saying? I was like, oh, not for me. And he went, you're fucking wrong.
Everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Neutral Cider Hotel Podcast. I am your host, Gabe Cook, along with Grant Hutchison and Martin Goodwin-Sharman.
Hello.
And, last week we announced that season 1 of the Neutral Cider Hotel is coming to an end.
Season 1. So,
is it? Well, or maybe you don't know. It's
my favorite American, New York.
That's from Brooklyn.
Well, you never know.
When you stroke Ukraine or Belarus.
Yeah, you got stroke Ukraine.
I don't know.
No, with season 1, is it going to be like Freaks and Geeks, or is it actually going to be like Family Guy, where it gets cancelled and then it comes back and doesn't ever end? So those are the
Be careful
two options.
what you wish for, everybody.
Oh no.
Well, look, certainly. What this moment provides is the opportunity to address a few things that we either didn't have the opportunity to, or that maybe we did have the opportunity to, and maybe some things didn't quite go to plan. It's time to set the world to rights.
Yes.
Certainly we can do that in terms of a couple of ciders and cider makers that didn't get to see the light of day on account of me buggering things up on both occasions, I do believe, actually. So,
Both occasions.
So, both of the occasions that we are mentioning now, and the 17 other that, that
We've Frankenstein some episodes out of failure, but one of these is definitely your fault. But the other one is the fault of the internet of the person, not you. You're out of the clear on this.
That's true. No, you're right. Normally, the internet down in Devon, where I was initially, and then subsequently in Somerset, on neither occasions the best necessarily. But yes, the one error was not my fault, but that of a very lovely, a very successful cider maker, and somebody who makes some fantastic drinks. We're talking about Mr. Barney Butterfield of Sandford Orchards down in Devon.
And to celebrate his poor internet, we're actually drinking his really nice ciders. So, Gabe, what cider are you on?
Well, I think we're both on the vintage series. There are 3 different ciders in there. The general accounts for one, which is their sort of super oak-aged high ABV one, which maybe make a little feature in Modern British Cider by Gabe Cook. Let's stick that in there. So that one's covered there. I'm on the finest cask age cider, 7.4%. And Martin, you are on
Apple and Oak, and that is 6.7%. And it's lovely. You've got all that wood character, but it's just soft, unctuous fruit. It's just so like.
Hello, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Is that Barney?
Is that Barney's delay?
Hang on. We spoke to Barney last year. Or at least it was at least at a time when it was sunset, before 5 p.m. something like that. It was a long time ago. Are we saying that the internet in Devon? Well, actually, I can speak firsthand. The internet in Devon is sufficiently bad that there can be a 7-month delay.
Oh my God. Thank you, Barney. Well,
welcome to Fastershire, everybody, or not.
cheers for joining us on the show, but let's hold you silently there, please.
Cheers, Barney. Yeah.
And yeah, talking about the cider, because like mine's lovely, soft fruity, as said. Gabe, what's yours like?
It's fab. It tastes like, and the General's is similar, but a bit weightier as well. It tastes like Henry Weston's Vintage Reserve did 20 years ago, when it was maybe the best cider that you could buy in the supermarket. It is still a really good cider, but back then, when it had a little bit more time to mature, it was a little bit more intensive flavor. The fact that you could get these brilliant ciders on supermarket shelves was a joy. So if it's taking on that mantle, then there's a big shoes to fill, but equally it's doing it with aplomb. That's just lush. Anybody can appreciate that. Soft and smooth. Bravo, Barney. Well done, Andy and Dave and the team down there making these fab ciders.
Yeah, well done.
Yeah.
And cider maker number 2, and this one was entirely your fault. This is not the fault of Kentish
I will
Pip.
own up. Sam Mount, one of the nicest people you'll ever meet. Got a lovely smile. I apologize for ruining the opportunity for us to review your cider way back in Christmas time. In my defense, I think I had possibly nearly chopped off a digit with the aid of a vegetable cutting implement whilst endeavoring to dismantle a sporting net type situation.
That was a Frankenstein episode, wasn't it? So that was like, that bit was stitched on, wasn't it? Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
like
man.
quite literally.
Yeah.
That was obviously what's been really fun is that everybody knows my house moving situation by listening to the podcast and telling me, oh yeah, how's the house move going? Where are you now? Like, how do you know? Oh, I tell you every week.
They think it's lazy writing. They think that you've just said you've moved like every time for drama. Oh, I'm moving again.
just a little bit nomadic. And we did some recording over in the run up to the Christmas period, and once again I found myself somewhere that I'd never recorded before, and I hadn't taken into account the fact that there was like a glass roof, so when it started to rain it sounded like there was a Kalashnikov going off. So I was just praying with all my might, not for Christmas presents, Father Christmas, thank you, you can, I'm just praying to the weather gods that it didn't do a bit of drizzle to make it sound like it. Oh God,
just man, Gabe, you in that little room, and it's like, so what is the we got the cider here, we got it was so we got
and whilst being in considerable pain because I had a lump taken out of my left index finger, which has left a quite a proud scar, I'd say. Yeah, I'll wear that. Yeah, I've got a scar. Yeah, tough. Yeah. Where is it? It's there. How'd you do it? Tomato knife. Yeah. So
you're bragging. Well, let's move from braggadocious Gabe to something to brag about, actually, because we did have a triptych from these guys, but the one that I've got now that I didn't drink on that night is the Discovery, and lucky for me, difference of like time and everything, I'm going to take it as like a completely stable product and say this is my favorite out of the 3. So as a lovely finish to it, I'm glad this one actually made it on the show. It's bright, super crisp. It's like almost gentle kind of strawberries and with like lemon sherbet. It's just wild, beautiful, like real crisp acidity, and just, I mean, my glass, I've topped it up already, so absolutely props to him.
my memory of the 750ml trio from Kentish Pip, you had the Brute, which was just exactly what you would expect it to be, light, brisk, fresh, easy. The Foxwhelp, for some people, wasn't as Foxwhelpy as they wanted or expected.
Well, it was called Foxwhelp and Foxwhelp Plus, Foxwhelp Deluxe,
and I personally thought it was really good because there was a lot of balance in there, and the sweetness, the fruitiness, the touchy tannin. But this was actually my favorite. What was, there was some unmistakable Discovery characters in there, but different to some of the other Discoveries that I'd had from the Little Pomona and the Kentish Pip as well. The Wild Disco was a big favorite.
Bushel and Peck as well, yeah.
And Bushel and Pecks as well. It had some real idiosyncratic character, which might be down to the growing or the place or the making, but just great to see that within these individual varieties, there is such fantastic range and diversity. I am drinking their Skylark, which is kind of there. They describe it as they're bright and full bodied. It's sort of medium dry, predominantly tannic fruit, nice little bit of sharpness as well. Supremely balanced. This actually is sort of slightly significant cider to me. When I came back from New Zealand in 2016, having been away for 3 years, came back and you could see that there'd been a little bit of a shift in the sort of cider making scene, and there were some younger players. There was an event that I went to in London. It was the very first time that I met Simon Wright from Hawks, and he told me that he had a bit of a thing going on. That's my Simon impression. Thanks.
Bit of a thing going on.
Bit of a thing going on.
Chatted to Judas. I've given him 3 nights.
That's right. Yeah. But I also met Sam out for the first time, and he gave me a bottle. It was a 330ml bottle of Skylark, but really lovely, bright packaging, and just something you just tell that this is somebody approaching completely different and having that young contemporary edge. It was exciting. That's what got me really excited and gave me the faith to do the Ciderologist, which I've just realized 2 weeks ago I had my 4th birthday and I completely forgot. I'm 4 years old.
Wow.
How is that not right? We're doing this episode, Put the World to Rights, and you haven't gone, you know what, shall we celebrate my birthday a bit?
Well,
who doesn't tell the rest of the podcast that it's their birthday? What asshole would withhold that information?
It was not being withheld, just being withheld in my brain. I'd forgotten. I generally, or not withheld. Just I don't know. I'd forgotten. Yes. Busy, complex times. I had just forgotten, but 4 years. Next year, 5th anniversary. Come on, people. Yes. If I'm still ciderologist.
If I'm still from a periologist to a ciderologist.
Yes.
But with 4 years in, just quickly then, what does the cider world look like now compared to when you were deciding to start?
It is considerably further down the line. In 2016 and into 2017, there was the beginnings of a progressive contemporary cider scene starting to occur. That was when I very first met you. Felix Nash had established himself. Alice from the Real Ale Company had been established for sort of 2 or 3 years and was doing a thing, and seeing and tasting awesome ciders in London was like, gosh, okay, so it's actually reaching out of the shires and into the places where interested consumers might be. That was significant, but there still were no other like platforms or other sort of really prominent voices for cider. And so now, with podcasts, with publications, with websites, with blogs, with campaigns, with the number of makers that are making great drinks that look great and are in ranges of packaging formats that elucidate sort of pride and passion and a willingness to explore more, didn't exist then. So 4-5 years on, so much has changed, which it just makes me so excited for what 4 or 5 years time will look, because it's catching up fast. This is the slow start. It's like the locomotive kind of just getting going. It feels like we're just about to really get going. So it's lush. It's great. And as testament to that is the fact that I'm able to still continue to do my business, which I had no aspiration that it was going to last more than a year. I give it a crack, have some fun, do a bit of traveling, jobs are good, and go and get a real job. And I'm still waiting to do a real job. Obviously, very, very professional here on the Neutral Cider Hotel. Nothing but the best.
I love the way that you're like, oh, it's on track and it's building steam, and then we derail it by closing the Neutral Cider Hotel.
Things are in an exciting phase again, to be on that front edge of things happening. Don't know what's going to happen, but we're going to give it a go. It's great. It's lush, as is this cider. So whilst we're, speaking of setting the world to rights, Martin, is there anybody or any cider maker that we have not yet had the opportunity to feature? Somebody that kind of deserves to have had their name mentioned in our little show.
Well, one person I really wanted was Ryan from Angry Orchard.
Ah, yes.
Oh yeah,
definitely. Like, his cider's lovely. He's a lovely guy. It gutted that it didn't come to be in season 1. ... question mark. And for you, Gabe, anyone for you?
Yeah, well, God, well, loads, obviously. I would have loved to have got one or all of the fantastic boys from the Son of the Smith cider, who are from Nagano Prefecture in Japan. Just, such a wonderful sort of modern contemporary approach, but, taking influence from the West Country with these West Country cider apple varieties they've planted at the first time that's ever happened in Japan, and just
amazing.
They've got a real energy. Seeing Yarlington Mill growing in the foothills of the mountains when it's like 30 degrees C or whatever. It's just like, this is not Kingsbury Episcopi, is it? So it's lush. It's just totally lush to be.
We gotta get that on t-shirts. This is not Kingsbury Episcopi. I didn't even know what you said.
Kingsbury Episcopi. It's a little village very close to where Borough Hill are based. Speaking of Borough Hill, that would have been the other thing, as well as obviously getting these really cool international insights, is to have been able to got a real traditionalist, like just a through and through unashamed traditionalist on the show, whether it be a Julian Templey or even someone like good old Roger Wilkins from Mudgley. To get their insight on how they're viewing everything that's happening in cider and what their views are and what they're seeing, and are the things good or bad? Because cider isn't just the bits that we see and we feel and we touch and we're passionate about. There are loads of people who are passionate about cider in kind of different ways, and it's just fascinating to understand what it means to different people and how it's changing, because it is changing.
And Scott, for you, bud, anyone that you're thinking we could have had? I know hearing as the American producer, the British people ask for the Japanese people on the show would have been amazing for the timing and scheduling. But is there anyone that you think, we didn't get them?
Yeah, definitely. There's a few American cider makers, including one locally here in the San Diego area, Raging Cider and Mead, Dave. As I learned more about cider, I realized that he does a lot of the things that you guys talk about all the time. So he has
definitely
the pet gnats and things like that you just don't see with a lot of cider makers. And Dave is very into his craft and cares a lot about it and does things like I hear a lot of the English cider makers do. So that would have been one. And then I think one that I heard Gabe speak about a lot, but we never were able to get on the show was Tanuki or Tanuki
Tanuki. Yeah. Robbie Honda, dear friend, and who in the randomness of Cider Universe, Robbie from Central California, Japanese American heritage, met his wife in Japan whilst he and they were both teaching out there, and his lovely wife Hannah I went to school with in rural Gloucestershire. And there the dots connect. Isn't that fun?
Yeah. Wait to interrupt Scott's story there.
Yeah, just thought I'd,
make it about yourself, right?
Make it about me.
So the author of Ciderology, Il Mondo del Cidro, and soon to be Modern British Cider, and the driver of the locomotive, like to interrupt.
So thank you, our lovely listeners. It is you that have kept us going all this time. We've made these shows because we've had such fantastic feedback. We've had so much support. When you can go into a bar or to a shop or to a farm even, and somebody go up to you say, "Here, Gabe, ding." It's like that. That's a slightly scary and absolutely gorgeous thing that the people participate in this and have really kind of understood what the whole show has all been about and what we've been passionate about, which is about having fun and showcasing cider as being something that is awesome and worth celebrating. Martin, have you had any sort of similar sort of fun or unexpected incidents?
Yeah, one that my anxiety went through the roof. I was shopping, mask on, obviously responsible. But this woman stopped me and went, "I'm really sorry. I listened to your podcast and I was like, how did you recognize what? Like, I didn't even say anything. I was just walking along and
You do have very memorable eyes, let's be fair.
Yeah, that's what the listeners will know.
Of course.
Yeah, and Hannah was absolutely lovely and she made me stick around and chat. And it was just one of those where you're like, yeah, what? Like, what? What? I'm getting spotted. I'm the very Z-list celebrity that I always knew I would be. So thank you, listeners of the Neutral Cider Hotel.
There we go.
Oh, no photos. No photos.
So they're all together. You're getting papped. I once got spotted at Cheveley Services on the M4A34 interchange.
American listeners will know that service station.
Oh,
yes.
It's quite a good one, actually. Yeah. Anyway, that was a few years ago now. So, and maybe it was an accident. They might have thought I was somebody else. Anyway, so, you know,
Oh no, don't pull out
Happy birthday, Ciderologist. So absolutely, it's those kind of things that have just been so unexpected and make this whole process so much fun and so worthwhile. So, and you know, we were gonna take it even as far as undertaking a Patreon subscription, but as we're kind of winding things down for now, at least, we are going to bring you that exclusive content straight out of the vaults for everyone to listen to. And this episode features a game with a slightly Gaelic theme. I wonder if you know who wrote it. Scott. No, it's not Scott.
Of course.
So thank you once again for always being with us. It really does mean the world to us. We've had so much fun. So enjoy this exclusive episode. Enjoy the game. Let's see who wins.
So yeah, we're going to play a game. I don't know if you guys remember referencing this in a previous episode. I don't know if it actually made an episode. We definitely spoke about it. How I should do a game of Scottish words.
Oh no!
I hoped you would forget because we spoke about it at the time, being like,
Yes.
"Oh, I'm going to go off and research it." And Martin had said, "No, just surprise us in the future with the game."
Yes.
God damn you,
Yes,
past
yes, yes.
Martin,
Here we are.
sabotage
I know,
me.
I know, and I almost like I was sitting there when you said it, and I was like, I'm gonna follow up on this, and then I said, no, don't, because we can play this game, and it's going to be great, and Martin will forget.
Oh, Grant,
And
you legend.
Sounds like you have.
Yes, honestly, as testament to the guest that we had on this show that we're recording the extra here, I didn't remember Sam and drinking with him, so I don't remember this conversation. So yeah, go on, ridicule me with Scotland, who I have butchered mercilessly. So I'm expecting a big old hearty loss.
Not necessarily. There's room for just taking a punt here.
Mm-hmm.
I hope it's not one of those situations where I think it's a relatively easy game and you sit there going, "What? Impossible."
That might have happened on occasion before, where we think this is going to be really easy and actually it's rather challenging. But
Yeah.
this is all part of the fun.
It's
It's all about learning.
I've seen
isn't it?
Gabe
It's all
tried to
learning.
draw the word lubricant, so anything's possible. So Grant, tell us.
Yeah, let's move on.
So here we are. Welcome to Scotta Get Through This.
Oh,
Scotta get through this. Scotta get through this. Scotta get through this. Scotta get through
I'm
this.
so glad the
There we go.
streets did it. That was a big thing.
Daniel McBeddingfield.
So a little sidebar. Hannah is going to love this because that's one of her favorite songs. Honestly, 90s garage pop is like her favorite thing, and I've got to get through this. Is played in our house weekly.
Do you know? You're not going to believe me, but I've also met him.
Oh fuck off!
No.
Me and Dan.
Me and Dano.
Do you know what? This is one of the most embarrassing stories.
Come on, let's hear it.
We both played the Scottish variety show.
So if anything has been an exclusive for you, our beautiful Patreon subscribers who have funded the show.
Oh, it's a fun one.
It is only the Scottish Variety Show with Ron Hutchinson.
Oh, God. I bought new jeans for that one. I bought new black skinny jeans for that show. We got a picture with it. I think, do you know, it's probably only exists on MySpace, but there is a picture of Frightened Rabbit with Daniel Bedingfield online somewhere.
I'm
we
looking
posed
for it right
that
now.
picture.
Grant, the reunion's got to happen, baby.
Oh, yeah, definitely. One day.
Have you got his number? Could you get him on the show?
Oh, I mean, I don't have his number, but I imagine it's quite easy to find, and I don't imagine he's doing much else. So I'm going to say yeah.
He's probably saying the same about the drummer of Frightened Rabbit, mate.
Exactly. He's got his own garage podcast.
He's over there with his Beaujolais podcast, and he's like, I'm looking for some guests. Oh, this cider guy. So tell us what is happening with this game.
Are we ready for the game?
Yeah, come on. Fucking hell.
So I'm going to say a Scottish word. And we're going to take turnabout. So I'm going to ask Gabe a question. I'm going to say the word. Gabe is going to have an opportunity to guess what he thinks that word is, or if he doesn't feel confident enough, he can ask me to put it in a sentence for him. Maybe not a sentence, a phrase. And at that point, if he still either doesn't know or doesn't get it right, then it'll pass to you. So if you guess it right just from the word, 2 points. If you guess it right with the clue, 1 point. If it's passed over to you after the guess and the clue, then you get 1 point.
Okay, so steal for a point.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Grant, I want to make it slightly more complicated. I want to do one extra thing. I want to let the other person steal at the 2 point. Just give him a chance. Because if Martin knows it, he shouldn't have to wait for the clue to come out. So you give it to Gabe. He tries. He doesn't get it. If Martin can steal, he will. If he can't, then you give the clue to Gabe. He gets it for 1, and then Martin can steal again.
Okay. Are we ready? So who wants to go first?
I'll tell you what. It was said as such. You do Gabe first.
Okay.
I'll go first. Come on.
Okay, first one. Hochin.
Hochin. It sounds. I'm going to say it's to steal or stealing something. I'm hooching that pie.
Incorrect.
Oh, that is a hefty no buzzer.
Do you want to attempt to steal? I assume you probably do, Martin.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what. I haven't got anything on me other than I guess I could say. I'm just trying to bide for time here while I think about it. But no, Houghton. Can you spell it?
Oh, that's clever.
Yeah.
No, that comes to the clip.
No, I
Really?
don't want it in a sentence.
It's not really something that would be written. So I don't know if my spelling would be correct, but I would have a guess at Hoachinng is how I have written it down here in my notepad.
Would it be pulling something, like bearing the weight of something? So I was like hoaching that bag home.
No.
I literally thought, oh, here he is.
Well, like schlepping.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Here we go. Right, you ready, Gabe? For
All right,
here is it in how I would use it. Were you at the Little Pomona tap room last night? Aye, it was Hochin.
Oh, does it mean banging? It was awesome. It was lively, vibrant, and thoroughly enjoyable.
Not quite. Not quite.
Oh, wow.
I mean,
well,
is it more that it's like bursting at the seams, like it's full, like it's a full room?
Exactly.
Yeah, okay.
That's exactly what it is. It's Hochin.
It's Hochin. Okay.
Right.
Yeah. No. I.
So you were. It would probably also be that, Gabe, but it's not technically what we were looking for.
See, us garlic people, Gabe. We have we have a link.
Yeah, garlic.
A little bit of garlic bread. It's the future. I'm tasting it. Oh God! All right, come on then, Grant.
Right, we're ready.
Give us some Scotland's.
Come on, give us what you got.
Martin,
Yes.
the word I would like you to explain to me is shugle.
Shugle. Shugle. If I was to say that word in my head, if I was to think about it, shugle. I would say something food-wise that's comforting to eat.
No.
I didn't even understand it. He just no. Like, oh, that strudel is shugle.
No. It's. Do you want since Martin got a spelling?
Yeah.
Go on, I'll get a
I
spelling.
don't think the spelling really helped, but it's a verb.
Oh,
Ooh.
okay. I'm going to say that shugle. Gosh, I was going to just go in bold and say that I knew it with a bit of a blag story. Obviously,
I was going to say, but I won't. Go on then.
Yeah. To shugle is to comb one's hair.
Incorrect.
I really want us to remember these, like when he actually gives the answer, because they're so abstract. Our answers so like, it's tasty food to comb my hair. He knows it. He's like, what the fuck is this?
What can I just pull out of complete thin air?
But Gabe, I don't know about your tactic, but I'm thinking of like words that I think the Queen's English it might be similar to, and that just seems to be incorrect entirely.
No, it is. It is incorrect. It's more, especially with this one. It's. I would say it's kind of onomatopoeic in a way.
Oh.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, go on then. If you use it in a sentence for me then, bud, it's my go again.
Yeah. So the conversation would go, how are we going to get these foxwhelps off of that tree? Just get a shugle.
Wait, on it. What? So I'm gonna.
Sounded so confident a minute ago.
Yeah,
Martin,
you threw me off.
before.
I thought you were gonna say like, "Oh, we'll sneak in there and that," and I was like, "Oh, but we're gonna."
Okay, yeah.
But I'm gonna say, what is it? Is it like climbing a ladder? Is it going up a height? No, Gabe's got it.
No.
Well, I think from Grant's description that it might be to shake.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just give it a shugle.
Give it a little
Shake
shugle.
it, shugle. You know, like when you shugle when you have a
Yeah,
shiver or
you
like you shake something. Also, it's a sort of a name that people use to describe the underground in Glasgow.
Oh, really?
Because it shuggles.
Do you know what I love?
Your bone
I love
cruncher.
that any just in case any Scottish listeners were listening to the show and they thought I could actually put money towards this, and then they got this content. They were like, Jesus fucking Christ, these English boys, this Dimmock Daffodil and this Cornish prick, what are they doing in my beautiful language?
No, I think 1 point after 2 questions, I think is maybe more than I expected. So you're doing well.
Oh, honestly,
You're doing well.
I feel like I am the pride of my family right now.
I'm glad. Because you're the pride of
I'm
Scotland.
utilising both of my degrees to their maximum.
All right, Gabe. So it's Gabe. Are we back to Gabe?
Yes.
Bring it.
The word I would like you to tell me the meaning of is bowfin.
Ooh.
Mm.
It's an adjective.
Both. Let's go. It's a word that you would use to describe something as being shiny.
No, it's not.
Martin,
Martin, over to you.
Well, all right. So you're saying bowfin, yeah?
Bowfing. Yeah.
Bowfing.
Bowfin.
I mean, like, what? Let's say, because just to tell you, before you said that adjective, I thought it was going to be like absolutely pelting it, like boofing it over something, like drop kicking it. But then you said the adjective, I was like, this is fucked me up. So what I would say is, if it was to describe something quite like a big, majestic, shiny, like big fucking proud thing.
No.
Fuck.
No.
Jeez, this is way hard, isn't it?
I know. I didn't know it was going to be this hard.
I should have learnt better and studied harder at my.
I thought Gaelic. You would all do that. Yeah.
No,
well, this is not Gaelic, is it? This is like colloquial.
Yeah, well, Gabe.
Yeah.
This Gabe, I got a C in my GCSE colloquial dialect of Scotland. So yeah, it's just reined it in. So I've just forgotten everything I did at school.
Well, they say use it or lose it, don't they? So,
not in Scotland. They don't.
They just shuggle the knowledge out of you, don't they?
Okay, so Bowfin, set the scene. I'm at the cider salon, and I say to Gabe. Gabe says to me, "Oh, did you try that Portuguese cider?" Aye, it was Bowfin.
I feel like you got a 50-50 shot here.
Yeah, you basically, yeah.
Gabe, what are we saying about it?
I'm going to say it was horrible.
Yay!
Ah!
I thought it was going to be like beautiful. So I'm glad.
Yeah, I was surprised you went with majestic. Like, is it Bowfin doesn't sound nice, right? I mean,
nothing off your Scottish tongue sounds nice, you fucking rotter.
We're trying to get money from people here, Martin. This is the point where we get money from Scottish people.
They've already paid. This is once you're in, this is the trap.
That's true. Shit, of course. Need to keep them. Need to keep these people.
I thought it was like, again, but like Bowfin, it sounds like that's fucking big. That's huge. That's huge, mate.
Well, that's why when this first time describing it as a whale, it just sounds,
really
majestic.
Yeah. Like broad, especially like the bow. It sounds that everything with that kind of like thing sounds like fucking huge. So I was like, I've got this.
Nah.
And no, just shit. It just means shit.
Okay,
so Gabe has 2. Martin has
Come
1
on
at this point.
Come on,
2-1 to Gabe.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Here he is. Stoking the fires, making me fucking nervous. Go on, come on.
Dimmock. Yeah.
This might be unfair because it might have come up before, but I imagine you probably don't remember. Martin, the word I want you to tell me the meaning of is hoolet.
Hoolet, it's an owl.
Oh, he's got it.
Oh!
The wee.
How does he remember that?
The wee
I remember
hoolet
that.
was sort of mouse with the donor. And then I
A
said,
moose took a donor to the deep murk wood. A hoolet saw the moose and the moose like, good.
yeah, that's what I said just then, Grant.
It was close enough. Anyway.
The mouse is in the house with the donor and the word. And the house like just.
So what's the score? Is the score 3? Scores 3-2?
The score is, Martin has 3 and Gabe has 2. So Martin just took the lead with that question.
Oh.
I did have a tiebreaker. So if we want,
What is the secret ingredient of iron brew?
Gabe could steal. Let's make this worth 2 points. And its name is buzzer.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's going to be no explanation that I'm going to say. It's not one word. It's 2 words. And you're buzzing in, right?
Okay, cool, good.
Ready? Taps off.
Gabe. Monkey tennis.
I honestly don't know if that's the right answer or not. So
What's
I'm waiting
monkey
for
tennis?
That was from Alan Partridge. Sorry.
Yeah, it's good. I liked it. I liked it
It's
a lot.
got- it's
So
got me
let's say taps aff.
Oh, Martin, take off your t-shirt to be topless.
Correct.
Fucking
So it basically what it is when there is a slither of sun, a hint of anything coming out of the clouds, we would describe it's a weather term, it's a meteorological term. You would say, oh, it's taps aff weather. It's you would say, oh, the weather looks good on Sunday. All right, taps aff. Yeah, and that's more a Glaswegian thing, but it's straight away taps aff. That's a description of what the weather is going to be like.
Amazing.
Because you take your top off.
If it's 11 degrees Celsius outside, it's taps aff.
I mean,
but there is sunshine. If there's sunshine, basically, that's pretty much.
I can top up my
Glasgow.
red tan. Taps off. So there we go. That was a good steal, Martin.
Oh yes,
good steal.
Well done.
As a ginger man in Cornwall with family in Scotland, I have heard taps aff as a phrase.
But you didn't get it straight away.
Well, Gabe jumped in straight away, so I was like, "Oh, he's got it." And to bow drunkenly, my camera's off, but I was like, "He's done. That's great. Thank you, Gabe." And then you said that shit. I was like, "You fucking idiot."
This is like the Patreon version of Slumdog Millionaire. And Martin talks us through well, there we go though. So that was Scott to Get Through This, hosted by Grant Hutchison, won by Martin Goodwin Sharman, lost by Gabriel Cook,
witnessed by Scott Riggs.
Witnessed and refereed by Scott Riggs. Thank you for keeping the peace.
keeping the peace and then keeping the show alive. Guys, thank you for supporting us. I mean, this is a little bit of essentially wanky fun, but it does mean a lot to us that people genuinely care about the show and want to see us do well and continue it. So thanks to you, and I hope you've enjoyed it.
So there we go. That was this week's mini episode. But before we leave, Barney, do you have anything to add? Barney? Barney? Man. £1.2 million on the bottom line, and he can't even have internet done right. So. Barney.
Okay.
Well, there we go. Sorry, Barney. Our live show is coming up on the 12th of August, and tickets are still available. So make sure you head to neutralciderhotel.eventbrite.co.uk and get your tickets before they all sell out. There is a limited number. And of course, as always, stay up on the latest show news by going to our social media pages. We are at Neutral Cider Hotel on Insta and Facebook, Neutral Cider Pod on Twitter, and you can go to our website and listen online or share episodes at neutralciderhotel.com. And lastly, this is your final opportunity to get in touch with us. Have a honk on the crack pipe, get in touch, ask us all these questions, reach out, share your thoughts on, us, what we do, dating advice, best ways to get to Aberystwyth with or anywhere, Well, I'm a geography graduate. I love a good map. What can I say?
Okay, now, well, let's find our way out of this episode, Gabe. That's
okay. Make sure you head to speakpipe.com/Neutral Cider Hotel and do leave us a message. But for now, thank you, our dear listeners. We'll see you next time. Wassail!
Come to sandfordorchards.co.uk and we're pretty accessible. And once all the virus nonsense is done, come down to Devon and see for yourselves. It's a pretty place to waste a day or two. So we'd love to see you. We'd love to show you around.